You want to know what cities are around San Diego? We're going to get into that. We're going to focus mostly on North County because that's where we're at, but we're going to kind of give you an overview of all of San Diego County and all the cities within it. Let's check it out right now.
Howdy, howdy. I'm Chris Erickson.
And I'm Cassidy Lewis.
We're both real estate agents here in North County, San Diego with Compass and part of the Beach Life Group. And this is where you subscribe to all things North County, San Diego. We cover neighborhoods, things to do around town, buying and selling tips, everything in between. So if you guys ever need some help, you're thinking of moving to the area, feel free to hit us up with some questions, call, text, email, whatever is easiest for you. We got you covered. So today we're going to dive into a few cities near San Diego. If you're familiar with San Diego, we're going to jump into the map, kind of show you the surrounding areas, how it's separated. Main focus is going to be on North County where we are, but we'll kind of show you the whole overlay, what each one's about a little bit, and we're going to jump into it right now. So we're going to start in downtown San Diego and show you a few of the cities around the city. The actual city of San Diego, I'm going to bring it up real quick actually to show you, is pretty big, but this isn't kind of what people talk about when they think of San Diego. So the downtown San Diego area, like the metro San Diego area, it's this whole downtown area. And then there's a few trendy little neighborhoods around you might have heard of: Hillcrest, North Park, South Park. They have some good walking areas, some good restaurants, breweries, all that kind of stuff in there. And those are all, right around the outside of Balboa Park here. As we zoom out, just as a bigger picture of San Diego, it's kind of separated into about 4 or 5 different areas. So you have that metro area that we were kind of talking about here. Down here, you have Chula Vista, National City, and Imperial Beach. That kind of is the South Bay area. Once you start getting down the 8 freeway, down here you have Santee and El Cajon, and it just kind of goes way far out here, considered East County, San Diego.
Yep. All the way out to Alpine,
yeah,
Lakeside. That's kind of your country areas, a little bit more space, a lot of ranches and things like that out there.
So here's an outline of San Diego County as a whole, and it's humongous. You can see it goes all the way up to Orange County over here. You have Palm Desert and Indio right out here. El Centro, as you're going down the 8, is right in, I think it's Imperial County.
Imperial Valley, yeah.
Imperial Valley. But yeah, you have the desert out here. You have the mountains in here, Mount Laguna. And then it kind of goes into the metro area where we started. And then where we're going to focus today mostly is going to be this North County area. It's considered North County. And there's kind of, you could even separate that into 2 separate areas. So you could have North County Coastal, which is going to include Del Mar, Solana Beach, Encinitas, Carlsbad, and Oceanside. And then North County Inland is everything else in here, starting in San Marcos and Vista. And going all the way out to Valley Center, that kind of area.
So we're going to go up the 5 freeway out of downtown, and we're going to go to Del Mar first. So Del Mar is kind of split into 2 regions also. The region that we have highlighted right here is the kind of city of Del Mar. So if you were going to go build a house or remodel or something, you'd actually go to the city of Del Mar to get approvals and everything. And then the rest of Del Mar is still city of San Diego, so you'd be going through the city for those kind of approvals and stuff. So Del Mar is a really cool coastal town, kind of really well known for the racetrack and really pretty beaches. This is a community that has some of the most high-end homes in San Diego County. The 2 biggest well-known cities for beach houses and stuff in San Diego are La Jolla and Del Mar. There's some of the really cool beachfront. You can see it's only 4 or 5 steps down to the beach. So pretty incredible properties right on the sand. It's really one of the only places in San Diego where you have beach houses like that right on the sand. There's a little section of Oceanside that has that. There's one house in Encinitas that has that. But other than that, it's pretty much bluffs for most of North County and San Diego.
Yeah, you can see right when you get past Del Mar as you're coming out, the next town we'll show you is Solana Beach, but you can see the bluffs kind of start right here.
So if beachfront in San Diego is what you're looking for, Del Mar is one of the options. Price point is going to be up there. So here's the racetrack, which is, like I said, one of the things that Del Mar is most famous for is Del Mar Racetrack. And also, it's now called the San Diego County Fair, but it's, to all us locals, it's the Del Mar Fairgrounds. And this whole area converts in May, June, and July to San Diego County Fair.
All right, so from Del Mar, as you're going up the coast, the next stop is going to be Solana Beach right here. And kind of how it works as far as home prices up the coast here. Del Mar is the most expensive. And then as you go up Solana Beach, Encinitas, CARLSBAD, and then Oceanside, it kind of gets progressively more affordable as you cruise up there. So Solana Beach is basically the second most expensive place here in North County, at least coastal wise. So yeah, and it's pretty small little city. You can see it does go on both sides of the 5 here. Down here, the main drag is, well, besides Coast Highway, is Cedros. It's the shopping district down here. And we were just talking, Cassidy was saying, actually, the Belly Up Tavern is right down here. It's a fun little live music spot. So if you are living in the kind of downtown Solana Beach area, you go walking distance to all this stuff. Lofty Coffee, Culture Brewing, a few other fun spots in there. So as far as the housing goes, it's a lot of this whole area. You can see a lot of single family homes, all custom, larger lots in this area. Once again, fairly expensive in this spot, older homes in here. There are a few condo areas in here, complexes and stuff as you cruise around through, but as a whole, it's mostly these single family detached homes. All right, then like Cassie was saying, as you cruise up Del Mar, all the houses along the beach are on the beach. As you go north, starting in Solana Beach, you'll see these bluffs here. So beach access, there are going to be a few spots where you could access the beach. Fletcher Cove is going to be kind of the main spot where you're coming down here. You can see all these gorgeous bluff homes cruising down here. So there's not many areas that do have stairs going down. On the north side here, there's another stairway that you can park down here and go down. On the other side of the 5 freeway, you'll see that all this greenage in here. This is the Loma Santa Fe Country Club. So golf course, and you can see a lot of the communities built around there. Over here is Santa Fe Hills, all these Santa Estrella, Santa Florencia, Santa Rosita. You see these houses, they're kind of built on a hill. So ones at the peak here are looking both ways. And then as you come down the hill, these are kind of looking towards the golf course. And these other ones are looking over the San Alejo Lagoon here. And some of them do have, kind of these broad ocean views, which is pretty nice. As you get closer down to the bottom here, you will see some of these do have a little bit of freeway noise coming up here. So, right at the edge, kind of between Rancho Santa Fe, which is a pretty affluent community in here, huge lots, older homes, bunch of custom homes. One of the most expensive zip codes in California here. So San Diego Park, there's some fun little trails, hiking trails and stuff through here. So right in the middle of the park, there's a few little bridges that the kids have fun running across, but it's not really too hard of a hike, but it is fun. There's some pretty views and stuff up there. So go check that out.
All right, so we're gonna head up the coast from Solana Beach, take the Coast Highway up or the 5 up to Cardiff by the Sea, which is a really cool little beach community. It's definitely one of the smaller communities along the beach. So you got the lagoon on your right, and then the ocean's on your left. And as you cruise up the Coast Highway to Cardiff, you'll see there's a bunch of restaurants and bars. There you go. On the left, you got Pacific Coast Grill and Chart House. And then as you cruise up into town, you can see the houses up on the hill on your right. And Cardiff doesn't have any homes right on the water. The Cardiff Campground, the San Alejo State Beach Campground, is most of the coast of Cardiff. You can see it right here on your left. That's the campground right there. Great spot. A lot of locals use it as kind of staycations. It's one of my favorite places to camp just because it's more like glamping. You can see VG Donuts right there. That's usually one of our go-to breakfast spots while we're camping. And then you could get like Lucadia Pizzeria delivery to your campsite. So pretty legit. camping spot. One of our faves. You got to book it 6 months out. Going into Cardiff housing in the community, you got the big shopping area right there on your left, right there, and then a lot of these hills. Cardiff is one giant hill going back up towards going east. So the majority of the homes in this portion of Cardiff have views, all looking out towards the ocean, and you've got it's kind of a good mix of duplexes and detached houses, and definitely some homes on the higher end. This is definitely one of the fastest growing price points, at least in North County over the last few years. It's a very sought after community.
All right, so as we continue up the coast, next stop is going to be Encinitas here. Let me show you the outline here. It's pretty big city. So actually, you'll see here it did highlight the Cardiff area too, which is technically part of Encinitas. It does have a different zip code, 92007. So it is part of Encinitas, but in reality, it's its own little jam over there. So,
and most people that live in Cardiff would say it's not part of Encinitas.
So Encinitas is separated into basically 5 different zones. Starting in the downtown Encinitas area right down here is Old Encinitas. So yeah, it does include the downtown Encinitas area and Coast Highway right here. Which is like the main drag going through. It's all the entertainment, the food stops, the little shops, Better Buzz Coffee. There's a few cool brew stands, breweries. Modern Times just came in a few years back on the north side here. Ton of places to eat, and then cruising off these side roads. It does also have the locally famous Moonlight State Beach, which is kind of the main beach in Encinitas. It just goes right down Encinitas Boulevard and it ends in the beach here. So there's a big parking lot that you could cruise to right there. And then once again, beach access is going to be kind of the same as Solana. This whole strip, you can see there's not many areas to access. It is all bluffs up here. As you cruise down to the next little part of Encinitas, which is Leucadia, you have Neptune Ave, which is like the high-end, super expensive beachfront right on the cliff homes. And there are a few different spots to access the beach. You go to Beacon, you go to Grandview. They do have steps going down the beach. Stone Steps is another one, but Leucadia's vibe is keep it funky. That's kind of their motto. Coast Highway continues up through here, and then once a bunch of shops and stuff as well going through there. So it's mostly on the west side of the street. On the right side, you just have the train tracks going through here. So housing wise, this is going to be this and Old Encinitas are the most expensive parts in Encinitas, and then it's a little more affordable as you cruise back towards New Encinitas, which includes, there's a ton of different styles of living in New Encinitas. El Camino Real is like the main drag going through, and that has that's like the commerce section. It has all the big box stores, a bunch of little restaurants, all that kind of stuff. So it's super convenient for anybody living up here. You could hit up your Home Depot. They have a bunch of different grocery stores, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, all that kind of stuff in here. And different kinds of living too. So if you want townhouses or condos, they have that, or single family homes, like smaller single family, they have large single family. So a lot of options going through New Encinitas. And then on the eastern portion back here, you can see it kind of goes back into here. It's a little more of that rural style. It's called a Livenhain, and you get these bigger lots, a lot of custom built homes back there. So it does get a little more expensive when you get back in that section.
All right, so we're going to zoom out of Encinitas and head up the coast again to CARLSBAD, which is the next city. CARLSBAD is a huge city, huge community in North County. It's split into 4 zip codes. We actually did a video, so we'll have a link down below of each zip code kind of broken down. CARLSBAD's also a big community big city for businesses in North County. We've got a lot of businesses in 92008. There's the airport right there in the middle. There's also just like a ton of business. You can kind of see that that's the commercial area of CARLSBAD. And then from there, surrounding it, it's a whole ton of different neighborhoods. So the southeast portion of CARLSBAD right there is your 92009 community. Kind of a good mix of high-end homes, even condos, townhomes, and everything in between there. And then you go to the west, you've got Aviara, which is a big master plan community. That's 92011. And then also some neighborhoods kind of surrounding that as well. Aviara is all centered kind of around that Aviara golf course, which is beautiful. And then we head north to the main zip code, which is 92008, which includes downtown Carlsbad. And it's probably the most beachy community of Carlsbad. Most of the other portion of Carlsbad has the campground and is just beaches, not necessarily beach homes. So as you go east in Carlsbad, you go to 92010, which is pretty much all residential. There's a little golf course, there's a couple little businesses and stuff, but for the most part, it's residential. And it's every type of housing. It's condos, it's townhomes, and single family detached. So, and then in the video, we talked a lot, for 92010, we talked a lot about the hiking and stuff in Calvary Hills, which is one of the cool highlights of that zip code.
All right, next stop is going to be Oceanside, which is the northernmost city in North County, San Diego. So we just ran through Del Mar, Solana Beach, Encinitas, Carlsbad, and we recently just did a video on Oceanside. So we covered a few different neighborhoods in here. We started in South Oceanside down here, which is like smaller houses, larger lots, and then kind of went through Fire Mountain, Loma Alta. But you can see it is pretty darn big. It does actually touch like Bonsall on the inland, which is inland North County, and then bordered by Vista right here. So for the best information there, go check out that video. We'll have a link to it right up there and in the description below. So you could get the tour through. It is huge. It's 3 different zip codes as well. And once again, you could start at the coastal, most expensive, and then you go inland, and it's so big. There's so much to do. There's golf courses. They're building a wave pool in the next few years. Obviously you have the beaches and stuff. They have camping at Guacome Park out here. So a lot to explore, a lot of different neighborhoods to check out.
They also have a marina.
They do have a marina. Yeah, once you get into the Oceanside Harbor up here, my uncle has a boat he takes out and cruises around the Grand Pacific. So, and the northern border is all bordered by Camp Pendleton. So this up here is all just open space that the military uses for training and all that kind of stuff. So once you go up there, there's no housing. That's kind of the end of North County.
All right, we're gonna cruise east a little bit to one of the, we're gonna call it coastal, but 92078 is the kind of southwest portion of San Marcos, and its borders right on Carlsbad, so it really does. It's a straight shot to the beach from a lot of different spots there, and 92078 has a few different master plan communities. The oldest one is Lake San Marcos, and then you got San Alejo Hills. So the Lake San Marcos is right there, which is a man-made lake. And then San Alejo Hills is on a really cool town. They did a really good job planning it. Has pretty much everything you could ever want all in one place. A little bit further north from that is Discovery Hills, which is another community that is surrounding a small little lake, Discovery Lake. It's a really popular walking and hiking and biking area. And then you've got a ton of trails and stuff up in the mountains right there also. So really cool part of San Marcos.
All right, so those are a few of the North County cities around San Diego. Like I said, you said it before, San Diego County is humongous. You get anything you want. Once you get out to the desert, you can have some camping up at Palomar, which is gorgeous up there. Camping at Mount Laguna. There's some lakes and some hiking out here. So even if you're living in coastal areas here, you have access to all that within, an hour or so. It's not too far, maybe an hour 30. So you got to go up the hills and stuff. But there is a lot. It's pretty dense, kind of coastal, which makes sense. And then as you start going inland, you'll see it start to spread out a little bit. There's a lot to do out here. If you do want to get outdoors, you can live, in any of those coastal cities, Encinitas, Solana Beach. Yeah, so you have all the convenience of stores and shops and everything you need right there. And then if you just need to get away real quick, head out to the mountains or the desert and take a deep breath and enjoy it out there. But,
all right, so those are some of the cities around San Diego. Hope that was some helpful information for you. If you have any other questions or need more information about any specific areas, hit us up. Our contact info will be down below, so you can call, text, or email us. We're here to help. If you have any questions or you're looking to move out here, we are ready to help.
And we do have a relocation guide that we're going to have a link to right below. So be sure to download that. It's a little more information on North County.
We are both realtors here in North County, San Diego with Compass and the Beach Life Group. I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And I'm Chris Erickson.
And thanks for following along.